Alright, so where speed comes from, mostly things that I've talked about before, but I'm going to reiterate it in a slightly different context, pertaining solely to speed, not so much power in this case. So, his speed is mostly going to come from two different places, one of them being explosiveness, the other one being rotation of the body. So, if you're trying to strike too linearly, then your strike's not going to be very quick at all. Body rotates through arcs and circles, so, well, it doesn't just rotate through that, that's just how the body moves. Everything's going to be some form of hinge or arc, right? Elbow, it's a hinge. Pretty much all your shoulder motions are some kind of arc, right? Just, again, some examples. So the explosive quality, to give an idea of this, I can step or I can jump, right? In that same way that we can jump, you can apply that to pretty much any muscle in the body once you understand that. So I can, again, I can just, that would be like the equivalent of stepping, right? Or I can jump, just making that stronger contraction of the muscle, but that stronger contraction is mostly going to come from how you're thinking about that motion, how you're processing it. So that's going to affect speed just a little bit. It's mostly going to affect your power, in my opinion, not as much the speed. Again, the speed is mostly from the rotation, not from the quicker contraction. This is more of a harder contraction, which is giving more power, and a little bit more speed, which, as the rotations build on each other, is going to add, again, a little bit more speed. So when you're doing that, you don't want to just think of it like you're jumping into a target. You want to think of it like you're using a jump to contribute into a swing, which instead of going like that, that's not what you're trying to do. You're trying to go more like that, just to exaggerate it. Same thing, but stationary. Like, you don't want to actually leap unless your goal is to cover distance. So now the rotation, again, movement of the pelvis. It's a pivot, it's going to rotate, same thing. You don't want to just rotate it. You want to use that rotation to generate momentum. You want it to swing. That rotation is mostly caused by the legs. And from there, you want the upper body, the torso, the shoulders. You want that to, after like a millisecond into the hip rotation, you want to rotate the torso. This is going to cause the core to contract, and it's just going to start incorporating the muscles of the upper body. Now, this is adding to speed because you're using rotation to cover distance. So if I just leave my hand out, if I just rotate my pelvis, right, my hand is covering distance forward. If I rotate my pelvis and then my chest, right, it's just using a little bit more rotation, then combining that with the relaxation so that I can get a motion more like that, right, where the rotation of the body is what's sending the hand forward. And then again, you're going to go back, add that explosive quality into it, and you're going to explode mostly from the points of rotation. So it's going to be pelvis and torso mostly. I focus on the chest to get that upper body rotation forward, and think of it like I'm trying to pull my body through the target, mostly with the upper body part of the rotation, just to keep these muscles engaged, keep everything locked together at contact. So doing that real quick.